Right, so here's the padded cover. It is quite thick, but it's not very insulated, with a little handle which is very, very handy for pulling it up. Here's the bottle. Right, so if you've read my review, you'll see what I mean about the lip. It's made for a lid which screws on. So when you try to drink out of lids like this, it tends to dribble. And this glass, it's very hard to see. You might be able to see it if you look at the bottom and try and get an angle. You might be able to see like the inner core. So there's an inner core of a bottle, and then you've got the outer part. I don't know whether you can. It's hard to see it, but that's how it's made. So you've got an inner core, a little gap, and then the outer part here. This though, when you put a hot drink in, give it 5 minutes and it gets so hot you can't touch it. So you do need to have the insulated little padded coat on it. So you get the basket. You have this one, which you put your loose leaf tea, your bit of fruit. You don't get much fruit in there, to be honest. If you wanted to do a fruit water, really you would need a filter what goes all the way down the bottle to have a proper fruit infused water. So it's not really useful for that, I'll be honest, but for loose leaf tea and to brew some coffee, it does actually work. So you have that, and then you've got this little lid on the top which you pop over. So I'm not very good with the camera, I'm sorry. So you pop that in. I've got it the wrong way round. Sorry, hang on. Bear with me. Oh, that is right. I'm getting myself confused. You pop that, sorry, right, you pop that there. It's quite difficult. So you would have your loose leaf tea in here. So let me get a spoon and I'll make some chamomile tea. So I don't like mine very strong, so I'm putting just 1 spoon in. Then I would press that on the top, make sure it's on. Because you've got the little handle here, you see, to lift it out. So I'm trying to press and turn at the same time, like to screw it in. Just forgive me while I put my phone down one moment while I do this. Bear with me. Oh, sorry. I'm not very good at this, am I? Right. It's a shame I can't do this with somebody holding it. So I've pressed this on and screwed it in. And the bits what have come out is only some dust. You know, the actual tea itself isn't coming out. So you press that down and twist it on at the same time. Then you've got this little handle. So then you pop it in there. Okay, so the little handle does protrude out enough for you to be able to lift it out after your tea is brewed. So now you just pour your water on, your hot water. Now if you like it really weak, you could just leave it there where it's not full. But to brew it properly, you would take it up and then leave it for a little while to brew. Let me just move my chamomile out of the way so I don't get water in it. So, right, let's pretend this is brewed. Okay, to be honest, that's probably strong enough for me. Get my little tea thing. So let that tip out a little bit. Alright, so now I've got this drink. Now, really you should have your sleeve on. It's not hot at the moment, but it does get hot. So at the moment, it's fine. I could put the lid on and then put the sleeve on, or I could put the sleeve on and then the lid. But if I want to drink it, the lid is just an ordinary lid. There's no little drinking spout like what you get from you know, when you go to a coffee shop and you have the little slidey hole or a little popper hole. Now what they could have done here was on the top here somehow, they could have had some kind of spout for you to drink out of the lid, or had it where the inner part came away from the outside bamboo covering and made that into a drinking little spout, or the slidey little capsule thing, not capsule, but you know what I mean. So they could have done that where you remove the white part. You know, once it was screwed on, you could lift this off, leave the white part, and had your little drinking section here, so that, you know, you put the lid back on when you're finished, take it off to drink more. Whereas just drinking out of this, now that's just getting a bit too hot now. It's bearable, but it did make me back off a little bit, think, oh, how, because I know how hot it does get. So that was only a couple of minutes and it's already getting warm. That would keep your hands lovely and warm, but I know that it will get hot. And all the heat is coming out. So if you were to travel with it, by the time you got to your office, your picnic, your friends, or wherever you were going, your drink would be lukewarm. And if you're like me, I like my coffee and my drinks scalding hot. If they're hot, I like them hot. And I drink them hot as well. So that's just getting hotter now. It's still bearable at the moment, but it is getting hotter. It's getting hotter at the bottom more than what it is at the top, probably because I haven't got the lid on. But yeah, the heat is escaping through the glass, so it's not insulated at all. I don't know whether the listing says it is, but the letdown for me is not having a drinkable spout, or, you know, like an inner lid to make it so that you can portably use it and drink it at the same time without having to take an extra cup. It's perfect for work. For the home, I don't see the point, because you've got all the stuff at home anyway to make your brewed coffee and your brewed teas. But yeah, so I don't see the point in making it in this just to do this. Now that is a larger than average cup. Well, mug. It gives me about, I think it's just over 350ml I get in this mug. So that's how much you will get in here. So it's 2 small mugs, I suppose, a mug and a half, or 1 large one. So again, you don't even get a great deal. So yeah, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I hope my video and review's been helpful. Thank you.
grandote va a olvidarse de él. Tráiganme a esa criatura experto en eso.
Ah, ma tanta bonita.